His mother is Pete Gustin, his aunt is Sophia Bowers, and they know that he's going to do a great job. I want to introduce Pete Gustin.
Start every day with a nice round of applause. A reason to get out of bed every day. It's fun to be here, excited to be here, although I gotta admit it is a little bit earlier than I am normally up. And I was kind of thinking about trying to call in, and I was trying to remember the procedure. How is it that you call in? I think it has something to do with having your mom call the registrar at the high school, which is difficult to do when your mom is the registrar at the high school.
Hi, Pete Gustin. It's you.
Glad to be here. Thank you very much for having me. It's kind of hard to remember where you come from every day when you're busy just kind of being where you're at. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but it's not like I wake up every morning and go, thank God I went to the Winchester public school system. It doesn't really pop into mind. But, ever since I got the call from Dr. Carroll to come here and speak to you guys, it's something that I have been thinking about a little bit more, at least over these past 2 or 3 weeks since I knew I was going to come here. One thing that I'd like to let you all know, I'm not sure if all of you know, is the fact that I am actually legally blind. Made it through the public school system here legally blind. I was diagnosed in 3rd grade with macular degeneration. It's a degenerative eye disease. And there was a decision to be made when they found out I was going to be suffering from this eye disease, whether I would be able to stay in the public school system or whether I would have to go off to a special school, like a Perkins school or something like that. And I wasn't part of the decision. I guess I was only 7 or 8. I had no idea what was going to be going on at the time. My parents and the teachers, faculty at Ambrose, and probably beyond had to make that decision whether I would make it through the school system. Those of you that had me at Ambrose, anybody that had me in elementary school might remember me as the kid that had at least a little bit of difficulty looking at the chalkboard. Couldn't really see it. And as my eyes got worse, those of you that had me in junior high, I guess it's middle school now, but it was junior high when I was there, might remember me as a kid that carried around these gigantic, large print books. And that was really hard not to get made fun of for. Those of you that had me in high school might remember that I couldn't read books at all. By that point, I had to do all of my classes with books on tape, books on CD. And for anybody who didn't have me at all, I at least appreciate you not running over me as I was running my bicycle. I wasn't allowed to drive a car, but I was stubborn, so I just hopped on my bicycle and pedaled around town. I still do that in Boston, really, really safe. I guess it would have been really, really easy for anybody, my parents or anybody in the school system to say, too difficult. He's not going to read the books, he's not going to be able to see the chalkboard, he's not going to be able to see the tests. We got to send him away and get him to a special school which is equipped for that. But the school system didn't. They decided to let me come through. And the amazing thing was that the teachers made it look so easy. I never, ever felt like an outcast in a class full of a bunch of people that could see. Never. It never crossed my mind. And I never thought about the efforts that the teachers took to go to those lengths to make it happen. But looking back on it, it really is amazing. I know that if I hadn't been able to go to these schools, my life would have been a completely different story. I had the opportunity, have had the opportunity to meet a lot of people with my eye disease or similar eye diseases over the years. I know, I think 2 that graduated high school. I know 1 that graduated college, and I don't know any of them that have a job that isn't subsidized by the state and get some sort of state aid. And I know the only reason I'm able to do what I do is because of what I was given here at Winchester. The teachers, the faculty, nurses, everybody, everything that was given to me, it all comes from being here at Winchester. I know it's very difficult to make someone who is different feel like they're not different. And again, it was just an amazing job that all my teachers did for me. And I know that I look different at times. I remember in particular one day, it was health ed class. I had Mr. Berman now sitting in the back of the classroom. And I wear sunglasses, just like these, brought these up in case I needed them. I'm very sensitive to light. And it helps if I can put on sunglasses and block out the light so I can see a little bit better. And one day I had like a speck on my glasses, and I don't know if you've ever done this, you wear sunglasses or glasses. When you have a speck on, you're trying to figure out where the heck it is. Is it here, is it there? So I'm doing one of these. I got the glasses on, I'm looking up at the light, and I'm going like this. Trying to figure out where the hell the speck is. And Mr. Berman goes, "Hey, Gustin, quit doing your Ray Charles impression. Hey, God love each and every one of you that had to grade my test with my handwriting. I still have, I don't know why, but I still have some tests and papers that I wrote back in high school. I don't know how you got through it. With translators, maybe. I appreciate everyone that took the time to read what they were writing on the chalkboard. Something that a lot of teachers I had later in life couldn't keep in their head. They just couldn't do. I couldn't see what was on the chalkboard. It'd be as good as me doing this. You can't see what I wrote because it's not there. That's what happened to me. I sit in the classroom. And every teacher I had from 3rd grade right on up, right when I stopped being able to see the chalkboard here in Winchester, would say, "This is what I'm writing on the board." And I knew they did that only in the classes that I was in, and only for me, and they did it so nonchalantly that no one even noticed. But it was a huge help to me, major difference in my life. And then all the people in the office, all the office staff that had to blow up my test, sit there with that Xerox machine trying to figure out how much percent and how to fit it on the page. They give them out in 12-point font, and then I have to read it in like 30-point font. So the test would be like a 2-page paper, and I'd have it in like 18 pages, and hold up this big. Although it made me a pretty decent-sized target, because I'd be sitting at the front of the classroom, writing huge with these huge font things, and everybody 10 rows behind me would be like, "Oh, cheat out, Gustin, I can see that." The confidence that all the teachers showed me was absolutely amazing. Made me believe in me. The confidence I got in some instances was a little beyond what I expected. For instance, from the football team, my senior year coaches, Donnie Huprani and Manganaro, decided that they wanted the 5'9", 175-pound, legally blind kid to be their starting left guard. We did well, and I remember Coach Brownie's advice, because I really couldn't see everything that was going on in the field. My size, I should have played like halfback, but I couldn't see the ball. So he just said, "Anybody that's not wearing the same colored shirt as you, hit the hell out of it."